Here we go, guys. Sunday. Pretty nice day. I decided to come outside and make this video. Beautiful weather, breezy, not too hot, not too cold. Just perfect, just right. This is what you call Six Flags weather back in the day. You know, Six Flags weather, Disneyland, Disney World weather. You can go, enjoy yourself. You ain't got to be sweating all that stuff. We used to call this Six Flags weather back in the day. But anyway, how's everybody doing? How does everybody feel after the draft? It took every bit of me to come out here and make this video. Like, I was not going to have anything to do with the draft on YouTube this year. I was just going to sit back, relax, let all the other jabronis out there make videos and get the views and subscribe to my channel and hit the like button and all that stuff. I was going to let them do all that. But I said, you know what? I got to say something. I can't let this weekend go by without saying something. Without feeling the power, just a little bit of power of this year's draft. I'm through getting overly excited. I get if you're excited, more power to you. I've talked to people. I've talked to people at work. Some people are pissed off. Some people are oh man, this is it. This is the best draft we've had in a long time. Some people are, but you know me, I'm always about the Dallas Cowboys. I'm done with being overly excited about draft picks. Because you got to remember, before I even get started, you got to remember what you're seeing is on a to be determined basis. All the highlights you're looking at are college, on the collegiate level. I know this is their resume and this is all we have. This is all they have to give. They had to start somewhere. But don't put too much stock. I get the excitement. I get fresh meat, new draft picks, future, all that. But you got to remember where these guys are coming. Maybe I should say this for the end of the video. I'm going to go ahead and say it now. You got to remember where these guys are coming. They're coming to the Dallas Cowboys, who haven't won a Super Bowl in damn near 30 years. Yeah. So now that I done got that out the way, I'm not going to go over every single draft pick, because we had like 20 fifth-round picks. So I'm not going to do that. I don't have time for that. I barely got time to do this. But I'm going to go over my favorite. Let's just do that. I'm going to go over my favorite Dallas Cowboy 2022 NFL draft picks. Let's start with pick number 1. This one isn't a lot of people's favorite. At first I was kind of like, huh, and I still am kind of like, huh. Tyler Smith, Tulsa, Oklahoma. First round, 24th pick, left tackle. Tyler Smith, almost like Tyrant Smith. Isn't that a coincidence? Two T Smiths. I like him. I don't really do grades, but I'm going to tell you what they graded him. I like Tyron Smith. I think that he was a necessary pick. Were there possibly better picks in the draft at that position? Probably so. But this is who the Dallas Cowboys chose. And this is who I'm going to go over for just a split second. What is he, 6'5"? I think he's 315 or 25 pounds or something like that, give or take. I like what I saw. I watched highlights on him. I watched his film. And he's a really aggressive run blocker. Pass blocking, I'm a little worried about. Well, blocking overall. He had 16 penalties. This is what stands out with this guy. When I think about Tyler Smith, who possibly is going to move him over to right tackle. It just depends. But it's been talks of moving him over to right tackle, competing for that job with Terrence Steele. And who knows? He might get the starting position. I don't know. But here they go moving guys around again. You know, I still thought that they were going to move Lyle Collins back to left guard, but it is what it is. He's gone. So the thing that sticks out with him is the 16 penalties last season. The Dallas Cowboys led the league in penalties last year, guys. Yeah, that's a record, leading the league in penalties, man. So we don't need no more of that. We really don't. So that's what really stands out over everything. He's a good, solid blocker, strong hands, pretty good footwork. I like him. I like his technique. I like his strength. I like the dog in him on the collegiate level. But the thing that stands out to me is the 16 penalties. But maybe we can coach that away. Hopefully we can. We can get rid of that. He's going to need a lot of discipline. I saw a lot of his highlights and a lot of his, when I watched his film, he likes to pancake. And you got to be careful with those pancakes in the NFL. Hell, even in college, he got 16 penalties. They like to consider that as holding. So you got to be real mindful and really careful about how you pancake, and he's actually tackling players. Maybe that's why he was so good. I don't know. But he's kind of like but they gave him a C. They graded him a C. I think he was more of like a second-round pick. That's just my opinion. But Dallas Cowboys saw something in him. Maybe they can coach that out, those penalties out of him, work on his technique and work on his fundamentals a little bit more, and get him ready. Like I say, they're going to move him, probably try him at right tackle and see how that works out. The rookie minicamp is here coming up in a couple of weeks, I think, because today is May 1st, actually. So we'll see. Ole Miss, edge rusher Sam Williams. Let's see. I kind of like this guy. He reminded me a lot of Randy Gregory. He's a right end, just like Randy Gregory. 6'4", 261. He ran a 4.46, which is pretty good for a defensive end. That's linebacker speed. He's a fantastic pass rusher, recording 12.5 sacks and a Pro Football Focus pass rush grade of 90.2. Williams is quick off the line and excels at rapidly getting to the quarterback. That's what I saw when I watched his highlights. I saw him actually not giving up on the play. He would actually be blocked, and he would come back around and get the strip sack, and he just never gave up on the play. That's what I liked about him. He's a really good pass rusher. He reminded me of Randy Gregory. Like, seriously. That's when I thought I was looking at Randy Gregory. But we'll see with him. But very aggressive. Looks like one of those playmaking type defensive end who can get a strip sack and make something happen. He's got the speed to get around the corner, get around any offensive tackle in the league. Just got to work on his footwork and agility a little bit, and I think he'll be okay. They gave him an A-, which is very good. They gave him an A-. I'm not giving grades, so don't get on here and say, 1986. Nah, man, I'm done with that. I kind of like this one, too. This pick right here, South Alabama wide receiver Jalen Tolbert. This was a lot of people's favorite pick out of the whole Cowboy draft. Jalen Tolbert, the 2021 Sun Belt Offensive Player of the Year, presents a great combination of size and speed, catching 82 passes for over 1,400 yards and 8 touchdowns in 2021. There's much to like about Tolbert, but my favorite trait about him is his vertical speed. He gets off his break well and does a great job stacking on top of cornerbacks. This makes him a reliable deep threat. That's what I'm talking about right there, especially with his contested catching ability. Tolbert is a prime candidate for Dallas wide receiver 3 role in 2022. Yeah, they gave him an A+ grade. Now, after reading that and watching his highlights, exactly what they said is what I saw. They're actually on point with this. I'm surprised. He has great. He's a pretty good route runner, vertical route runner. He knows how to get past that cornerback and get open and keep his eyes on the ball and catch that deep threat. He's a deep threat type of guy. He's kind of like probably not as athletic as CeeDee Lamb, but he's pretty close. He will be that number 3. You're going to see him in that number 3, number 4 spot. If we line up with 3 receivers, 4 trips, or 4 receivers, you're going to be a deep threat slot wide receiver number 3. You're going to have to be able to catch balls over the middle, take those big hits, not be scared. Don't turn into alligator arms. The highlights that I saw, I want to see those same highlights in the NFL with this guy. I like him. A+. I really don't do grades, but I kind of agree with them on this one. Good kid. I think he's going to be fine. With Amari Cooper gone and Michael Gallup coming back off of ACL tear, I think they can plug him in and he can get the job done. I'm not sure about right away, but if they train him right, if he has that ability and he brings that same intensity and fire to the NFL on the NFL level, I think he'll be okay. So I like that pick. That was one of my favorite picks. Next, let's talk about tight end Jake Ferguson out of Wisconsin. This is one of my favorites also. This guy, I like this guy. I really do. They didn't grade him that high, but I like him. Not very fast. 4'8", 140, 6'5", 250. Let me see what he had. Let's see. Ferguson is a good pick. He is reliable. He is a reliable red zone target and is very versatile. I say versatile. Some people say versatile. I say versatile. Versatile. Having lined up as slot receiver, fullback, and on the line of scrimmage for Wisconsin. Last season, he caught 46 passes for 450 yards and 3 touchdowns for the Badgers. There's potential for Ferguson to become a good run blocker, too. Something Dallas lacked with its tight end last year. Yeah, exactly. The highlights I saw on this guy, I saw him being a very good blocker, and I saw him being a red zone threat. We need a guy like this, especially with Blake Jarwin now being gone, and, we got Schultz. And I think he can be a good double tight end set, I think he'll be good on that end. And that's something that we need. We need help blocking. That's something that we did lack last year with our offensive line struggling like it has been for the past 2-3 years. They gave him a B+. I guess so. Yeah, I can see that. I can see them giving him a B+. Pretty good pick. I like that pick. My favorite. This is my favorite, guys. This is my favorite. LSU linebacker Damon Clark. This is my number 1 guy. This is my favorite pick. He just has it. When I was looking at his highlights, man, he just has it. He just has it. He just has that it. He just like Michael Parsons. He has that it, man. He just has it. It's just there. It's really hard to break down and describe this guy because he just has it all. 6'2" and a half. 6'2", 6'3", 239. Ran a 4.57. Impressive speed for a linebacker. Clark was an absolute steal in the 5th round. He fell that far because of his injury, because of that surgery, that back spinal surgery or whatever. And he's going to miss. The only thing about it, he's going to miss this season coming up. So this is another Jalen Smith type guy. Unfortunately, let me get to that. Let me get to that. But Clark has the chance to come back firing in 2022. He's got excellent speed, especially when pursuing ball carriers, which I did see. When somebody had the ball, he was right there. He shoots gaps. He shoots the right gap. He's patient. I saw him playing inside linebacker. I saw him playing outside linebacker. Hell, they could put him in a box at strong safety. Man, forget this. Forget reading this. I'm going to just tell you what I saw. I saw a guy that can run sideline to sideline. He was just like Michael Parsons almost. Very physical, very sure tackler. Very sure tackler. Very confident on getting to the ball carrier. I repeat, very confident. He knows where to go. He knows where that ball carrier is going. You get what I'm saying? That's what you call a heat-seeking linebacker. That was a steal, guys. And everybody's saying steal with Damon Clark. I'm on the same boat. This guy was a steal. Nobody else wanted him. We had 1 million fifth-round draft picks. Nobody else wanted him because of the injury. But it wasn't as serious as Jalen Smith. With Jalen Smith, you can see his injury all the way up until now. I could see him limping and not being able to run 100% and keep up. Not being able to make those cuts. Jalen Smith. But this guy here I think it's a different story with him. It's not as severe. I like him, man. This is my favorite guy in the Dallas Cowboys picked up. They gave him an A+, and I agree with it. I agree with it 100%. I think he's going to be, like they say, an explosive linebacker. This guy, like I was just saying, you can line him up. Hell, he can play. I saw him going into coverage. I saw him faking blitzing, backpedaling, going into coverage. He can guard slot receivers, tight ends. I saw him intercepting, going down the field, getting interceptions. These are the things I saw, guys. I'm not making this up. Not making it up. Damon Clark is probably the best pick in the draft for us. Like, seriously. This is a Dan Quinn guy. You notice everybody we drafted is 6 feet and up. With explosive speed. This is the direction the Dallas Cowboys are going in. And like I say, I don't want to get too excited because we are the Dallas Cowboys. We haven't won a Super Bowl in 26, 27 years, going on 30. But these players are going to have to outplay this organization. These players like Michael Parsons, like this guy, Damon Clark, the CeeDee Lambs, the Michael Gallups. You know, these guys are going to have to outplay them because that's who we're going against. As Cowboy fans, I'm done with this. As Cowboy fans, that's, even though we're excited about the draft, even though we're excited about our picks and who we got and etc., you got to remember, we are all going against the front office. The players are going against the front office. That's our opponent. To hell with the schedule. To hell with the schedule. To hell with all these film sessions everybody's doing. To hell with all this shit. Overall, like I say, I don't give grades, but I will say this was a smart draft. This was a smart draft. Now it's up to the players. It's up to the Dallas Cowboys to figure out, how good these guys are and what they can bring to this organization, what they can bring to this team on the field, in the trenches, or whatever. I liked it. I'm going to say I like this draft. It's to be determined, though. It's to be determined. All of this is to be determined, guys. Don't let this pump you up. I get it. It's football. You love your Cowboys. I get it. I'm there right with you. But you cannot. You have to remain humble. I know a lot of guys on here, these Cowboy fans, they want the views, they want the notoriety, they want the popularity, whatever you want to call it. Be humble about this draft. Be humble about the Cowboys, because we all know what they're really here for, and that's to make money. It's business first and winning second with this organization. So with all that being said, these players are going to have to come here and learn that, and they're going to have to come here and be a lot more hungrier than the front office. And hopefully they don't turn into company guys And those are things you got to think about. You know, don't let this cloud your judgment. Don't let it cloud your judgment, because it will. You know, you're looking at this, they're going to hype you up. ESPN, NFL Network, all these networks, they're going to hype you up, man. They're going to get you back in. They're going to suck you back in and will us back in, which I'm guilty of it too, man. So, and I get it, because I'm a super fan as well. Been a fan for 40 years. So, I'm just going to wait and see. I can't wait to see and let the pads do the talking. The hype and the glam and the suits and ties and all that stuff, that's over with now. The red carpet and all that bullshit, all that's over with now. Now it's time to get to work. Now it's time to see what these guys can do on the field, on the professional level, not collegiate level. All those highlights and stuff you're looking at, like I keep saying over and over, like it sound like a broken record, are collegiate level highlights. I get that's their resume, that's all they have, that's all we have to go off of. I get it. But you got to remember, you got to put that in perspective, guys. You got to plug that in up here. Let's just hope. Let's just hope that these guys can make a difference in this organization. Let's just hope that we can break this almost 30-year drought of hoisting a Lombardi trophy. I'm not saying we're going to a Super Bowl this year, next year, the year after. I don't know. That's to be determined, man. It's got a lot to do with coaching. It's got a lot to do with a lot of discipline. The first thing when these guys come to the NFL, man, you can have the hat on with the suits and you eating lunch with your mama and all that stuff and gonna buy her a house and all that shit. But discipline comes first. Discipline is the the number one priority coming to the NFL, because now you're coming from the collegiate level. Now you're a professional. Now you're a grown man, and you have to be disciplined. But that's just my 2 cents of the 2022 draft. I didn't go over every player, but I just went over my favorites. And y'all know who my favorite is. Damon Clark, LSU. That's my boy. I got a lot of faith in him. I can't wait to see him. I can't wait to watch him. I can't wait to see what he can do in a Cowboy uniform. But guys, that's all I got, man. It wasn't, you know, I'm not on here for glitz and glamour. I just went straight to the point. It is what it is. Those are my thoughts. Those are my 2 cents. Use it wisely. Make sure you stay cowboyed up and prayed up, because you never know what the day is going to bring you. Holla back at your boy. I'm out.